Norris Bevan. We grew up in the Depression time. Hard work was necessary, not only for ourselves, but for our family. So I think that was a very significant part of how we reacted when we were called into the service. Well, I knew that I would need to go to the service as one of my responsibilities. I have always wanted to be a flyer. They ask when you went in, is on a motorcycle, what side of the motorcycle does the Harley have the throttle? And the Indian have the throttle. Well, the Harley has a throttle on the right, and the Indian had a throttle on the left. So I joked at that story sometimes. That's the reason I got an ordinance. I knew which side of the throttle was on the motorcycle. And that was, I remember three of us that were together, Bevan, Benson, and Brodigan. And that's because we were together, because they took us alphabetical order, or something like that. So we would talk about, like all young people do, and all people do, well, what's going to happen? And I said, well, probably at least one of the three of us won't make it back. And then, of course, when you're in combat, there's three things you look for, I guess. One is the war will be over, and that you feel, hey, that's not going to happen for a long time. Secondly, you look, say, well, if I get hit, get home, get out of there. And the third thing is, I guess, if you don't survive. But this was after darkness. He was standing in the doorway, and an artillery shell came, and crashed right in front of him. It took off his thumb. That's the only thing it did, was took off his thumb. And we all congratulated him, said, hey, you can go home now, or something like that. Well, as I said, we were in Alsdorf, and then this comes December 16th, and that's when the Battle of the Bulge started. They loaded us up in trucks, and we headed to Belgium. Most of us didn't know where we were going, but they said, sit in the truck, have your gun at ready, and we don't know what could happen, and such as that. So then we headed to Belgium. And on the way up, the Germans would fly over and drop lights on us. They wanted to see the movement. Whenever that happened, of course, all the trucks came to a screeching halt. We all jumped off the trucks, run to get away from there, because we thought the next thing would happen, they would circle and strafe us or drop a bomb on us, which that didn't happen. But anyway, we would do that. And of course, when we got back into the truck and started to move onward, you could tell the driver wasn't too happy, because you could feel the truck almost shaking as he took off again to head on up.